All right, in tonight's coaching video, we are talking about a 32-year-old woman who is worried that she will never find a man. Basically, this 32-year-old woman wrote an article talking about how she is worried that she is going to never find her Prince Charming and she's going to end up living alone with cats. So let's crack right into this article, guys. This article is from Pop Sugar, and I will go ahead and include the link below. In case you want to read it yourself, I will include it below in my comments. I usually pin the first comment as my own, so I pin my comment at the top, and I'll include the link to this article there if you'd like to read it. The title of this article, which is just brilliant, is "I'm 32 and single and sometimes worry that I'll never find someone." So she's 32 and single, and she's worried that she's not going to find anyone. And this is a really short article, so I'll just go through it with you and I'll just give you my points on it. So she's basically saying, okay, growing up, my parents were the basis for everything I believed in about relationships. They were married at 22, much like my parents, started having kids a few years later, and lived happily ever after. So naturally, I put myself on the same timeline. I assumed when I was a preteen that I would be married by the age of 25 at the latest, and that would be that. So her maternal instincts as a woman were telling her that she would be married by 25. Because what happens, guys, after the age of 25 for a woman? Her looks begin to decline, don't they? And she loses that ability to attract a high-value male partner to marry her, right? To go the distance with her. I mean, even just to date her. She loses that ability after the age of 25. So she recognized that as a woman, as most women do. Even though they might not admit it, they recognize that. They see it all around them. They have friends who are the DG, who are still single at over 30. And they see those women are not happy. They can't lock down a guy. They're constantly like banging different dudes who don't stick around. So she recognized this, which is good, right? So she's saying, okay, I thought I'd be married by 25 at the absolute latest, which means she would have gotten married earlier, right? Had she found that guy. But she didn't. This is where I'd insert one of those ridiculous GIFs that go something like, LOL, bitch, you thought. Okay. Here I am, 32 and still single. What is going on? For the most part, I don't care. Okay, so now she's coping. For that, I don't care. For the most part. You're coping, girl, you're coping. I live in New York. All my friends are in the same age range. So see, now she's hanging around with other former hotties. She's hanging around with other women who are the DG. And then they're just going to be bashing men as they hang out together. Right? I can totally read into these things, guys. I can totally read into these articles because why? I'm out there doing cold approach. I've been out there for like decades now, and I've just seen the same story play out over and over and over and over. So it's not even a surprise to me. She's 32 and single, living in New York. All her friends are the same age, and they're all hanging out together. Which tells you that they're probably going to continue to remain single, and they're just going to continue to live this life of just banging random men, racking up the mileage on their vaginal odometer, right? Just basically spreading their legs for guys that, you know, are willing to do it, that they feel are good enough or hot enough for them, and they're just going to become more and more damaged as time moves along. And they're going to be less able to lock down a man, besides a high-value man, even if they did, they're not going to be able to function in that relationship anymore because they've slept with too many guys. And I've given you guys the statistic on that as well. Remember, I did this in an earlier coaching video. There's an actual statistic about women who've slept with more than 10 guys, right? The magic number being 10. The women who've slept with more than 10 guys are 33% more likely to divorce your ass. 33% more likely. That's insane, right? That is insane. If the stock market went up by 33% in one day, we would have like over half of the world would become millionaires overnight. Put it that way. So, this chick unfortunately, she's just on this trajectory now where she's over 30. She's hanging out with her peers who are her own age, and it's just going to get worse. Okay, it's just going to get worse because she's just going to continue this behavior, and she's just going to go on this decline. And this is, again, why I tell these girls, try to settle in your 20s, right? Don't worry about that career shit, climbing the corporate ladder. You can do that later, girl. 9 to 5 ain't going nowhere, But guess what? Your eggs are, right? Your eggs are. Your eggs are going to dry up, okay? But 9 to 5, always be there. All right, let's move on with this article. Okay, I don't care. I live in New York. All my friends are the same age range and also single. Surprise, surprise. We have great, fabulous, fun, exciting lives. Then there are times when I have minor meltdowns and realize that I'm in my 30s and not even remotely close to having a life partner. And I'm getting older and older every single day. So she recognizes that. She's like, I have minor meltdowns. So she, the coping stuff can only go so far, ladies. The whole coping, like, 30 is a new 20. I'm 40 and fabulous. 50 and fabulous. Oh, guys still check me out. Guys still want me. You could do that coping shit all day long. But reality is always going to seep in, especially at night when you're home alone and you're in your bed and you're trying to go to sleep. That's when reality really seeps in, and it's like, okay, maybe this isn't so fabulous. Maybe 30 isn't the new 20. Shit, maybe I made a mistake. So she's saying that she does recognize that in the middle of the night that she's not even remotely close, to quote her, and she has these minor meltdowns when it comes to finding her life partner. She's losing hope, basically. That's what she's saying. She is losing hope. And that's why these women, like, once they cross that pendulum of over 30, right? Once they have their 30th birthday, they begin to lose hope as each year passes. It's like, oh my God, I'm not finding a guy again. Now I'm 32. Now I'm 35. Now I'm 40. Now I'm 45. It's like, as every year goes by, they lose more and more hope. They become more and more resentful and angry towards men. You'll notice this, like most of the women who give you shit, right, or like give you attitude, like even if you're just out on the street and maybe like the girl was like trying to park, or the woman was trying to park, like, hey, didn't you say I was trying to park? It's like, hey, whoa, what's wrong, man? Are you okay? Oh, you saw I was trying to park, you asshole. It's like, whoa, right? It's always going to be these chicks who are the DG in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. They're just bitter. They're just angry, right? That's why you call them bitter old ladies. They're just angry. And you know whose fault that is? It's theirs. So she's saying she doesn't feel like she's going to find a life partner, and not that I don't think it's perfectly fine to find love later in life, but I just don't know what's best for me. So here she's saying, I don't think it's perfectly fine to find love later in life. No. Just what we were talking about here, guys. The longer this chick waits, the worse it's going to get. So when you're dealing with a woman who is over the age of 30 who is still single, the longer she stays single, the worse it's going to get. Just, hey, if you don't believe me, look out into the world. Just look at reality. Look at your own friends on your Facebook or on other social media where you have your friends following you. It's mostly Facebook, right? You could see that these women that you went to school with or you grew up with might have been a hottie back in the day, right? Now she's over 30, still single. Right? You guys are my age. Maybe the girl's in her 40s now. Chick is still single. Why? She's hot. Why is she still single? There you go. And the longer she stays single, the worse it's going to get. All right, going on with this article. But here's my struggle, she says. I am an extremely independent person, and I like it that way. I like my life the way it is, with just me in my apartment with my cats. I'm not even making this up. She already has cats. With my cats, and the freedom to do whatever the hell I want, when I want to do it, whenever I want to do it. Basically, she's already saying that, she's like this independent person. She wants to do her own thing. She wants to do it whenever she wants. And yet she wants a relationship? That's not how a relationship works. Okay? You can't just make it all about you in the relationship and then just have this like, be with some complete spineless beta male who will just be at your beck and call. That's not fair. That's not a relationship. That's called being selfish. That's called being narcissistic. A lot of you guys ask me like, how come you don't get married, Em? You got all these beautiful women. Marry one of them. Just marry one of them. And it's like, dude, I don't want that responsibility right now. Okay, even with a girlfriend, it's like I have a 6-girl dating rotation. I'm back up to 6, baby. Right? I have a 6-girl dating rotation. Most of the girls in my dating rotation want a relationship from me. They're like, you know what? Let's do this together. It should just be me and you, boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't want to keep doing this where it's this what is this casual thing, Matt? I don't want to do this casual thing. And I tell them, I'm like, girl, I'm not even going to lie to you. I can't deal with the responsibility of a relationship right now. You feel me? I'm like, I need to travel for my business. I'm constantly need to come and go as I please because I'm running a business. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a pickup artist, right? I love still doing cold approach. I'm like, if I see an attractive girl, I just want to talk to her, right? I mean, if I'm with you, it doesn't mean I'm going to bang a girl, but I'm a social guy. I'm just social. I'm just not looking to settle down right now just because I need to come and go as I please. I need to do my own thing. I work crazy hours, by the way. I'm up at all hours of the night working or doing something or just doing my own thing. And you know what? I don't want to be in a relationship because it would be unfair to that person. It would be unfair for me to expect that person just be at my beck and call. Different story if you meet somebody who's independent just like you, who comes and goes as they please too. But I mean, again, that's not really a relationship you're having because I have that with a couple of girls in my dating rotation now. Super hot girls, they're on their grind, they're doing their own thing. One girl's like a writer, another girl is like works for Google. Not the Google girl I was dating, but another girl who works for Google. She works for Google. She's like on the rise as well. And it doesn't make sense for us to tie each other down, but we enjoy each other's company. We enjoy each other's company when we see each other. It's like, hey, haven't seen you all week. Do you want to grab dinner tonight? And then come over, maybe watch a movie. Yeah, let's do that, right? Yeah, that's fine. But that's not a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. So she's basically expecting, this woman who wrote this article, what most women over 30 expect. They expect the world, yet they want to be independent, do my own thing, and leave me alone. Don't be in a relationship, girl. Don't, because that's never going to work. And the older these girls get, the more entrenched they get into this single lifestyle of just going out in New York, in her case, partying with her friends. That's what she's basically doing. And not coming home and doing my own thing. Don't be in a relationship. You're not relationship material, girl. And that's how you guys know. I mean, look how this girl's talking. She's not relationship material, right? You check her tag on the back of her shirt. Does it say relationship material? Nope. Clubbing material, boy. All right, let's move on with this article. Okay, so she's saying here, it's when the pressure of everything around me, when I go back home, pop culture, family members, society in general starts caving in on me that I feel like maybe I should be more proactive about dating and concerned for my future than I currently am. Thankfully, my parents haven't heaped that pressure on me, probably because my brothers are both married with a slew of kids to keep them busy, and also because they're the best parents I could have ever asked for, even if they gave me unrealistic expectations of wedding life. They didn't give you unrealistic expectations, girl. Look how she blames the parents. Right? It's your fault, girl. You're the one who didn't lock down a high-value man in your 20s. Don't blame your parents for that. Oh, unrealistic expectations about marriage. No, that's your fault. That's your fault. So yes, there are days when I worry that I'll end up being a cat lady who is the consummate bachelor and bachelorette and travels the world with her older single lady friends. Well, that's what you're going to do. Because that's what single older ladies do. And then they bang guys in different countries, and then they don't count it because they're in a different country. Oh, it doesn't count, I'm in a different country. But then I look at that and think, maybe that's not such a terrible way to live. Now she's embracing that. It's not so bad. Though, on the other hand, I legitimately am terrified that that will be my life, and 30 years from now, I'll realize maybe it's not what I want and should have done something about it sooner. She's smart enough to see the future. Unlike most girls, unlike most women, she's smart enough to see into the future that 30 years from now, traveling around with her older lady girlfriends, her older single girlfriends, and banging different dudes in different countries is probably not going to lead to fulfillment. And this is something that feminism has discovered too, by the way. They don't like to publish this in mainstream news. Feminism has also discovered that women are way less happier, way more miserable than ever before because they never settle down. And now that ship has sailed, right? That ship has sailed. They've missed the window. They've missed the parade because they no longer have their youth, their looks, their fertility. They no longer even have their femininity to offer. What do you have to offer a guy? A big mouth, the inability to shut up, and anger towards men. All right, so just closing up this article, she says, for now, I am outwardly content about being single with a bug in the back of my mind, always reminding me that I'm not getting any younger. So she kind of contradicts herself here. I'm content about being single, right? You're okay with that? That means you don't want it. You don't want to be in a relationship that bad, because if you really wanted it, you wouldn't be like, oh, this is great. No, you'd be like, I gotta find my man. I gotta put some effort into this. But instead, she's just gonna kick her feet on the table, sit back, and be like, that's life. And she's admitting, I'm not getting any younger. Some days I'm very much in the camp of being a strong, independent woman who needs no man in her life. Feminist brainwashing. And then there are other days I am telling everyone I know to get me a date with their cute guy friends. I never know which version of me is going to pop out on which day, but maybe one of these days I'll figure my shit out, she says. And that was the end of the article. So in closing, she's contradicting herself, and she's wanting to stay single, yet she's telling her friends to find any cute guy that they could hook her up with. And she's saying, I don't know when I wake up in the morning which versions of me is going to pop out. This I want to be single forever version, or the I want to be in a relationship forever version. This is the type of girl you don't want to be in a relationship with. You don't want to be with a chick like this. No man does. She can't even make up her mind. So even if she gets in a relationship, guess what she's going to do? She's going to search for the BBD. She's going to act out on her hypergamy if she meets like a cute, hotter guy than you. She's going to jump in bed with that guy because, like she said, it's all about me. It's all about me. She's 32 and she is already DG. I rest my case, guys. I rest my case. Like most of these women are over the 30. And this is the reason why I'm doing more articles on this, because I've just gotten way too many comments, and especially from older women over 30 who've tried to fight me on this. And so I'm just doing more commentary from actual stories from actual women who are over the age of 30, right? And there's a reason on this channel we call them the DG, because they end up becoming the DG by their own hand, right? This chick tried to blame her parents. No, it's not their fault. It's your fault. You could have settled, right? You could have settled, but she probably has like unrealistic expectations of what she feels she deserves in a man. The older she gets, the more of a laundry list she is going to create for the type of man that she needs in order to settle, in order to marry. And, God forbid she find that man, because I feel sorry for that guy she finds is going to have to put up with this for the rest of his life. So, yeah, there you have it. I'm 32 and single, and sometimes I worry that I'll never find someone. And unfortunately, as somebody who's taught, pickup and dating for, a few decades now and has coached thousands of people, this is the pattern I've always seen play out with these girls. It never changes. I can't even give you a single story of a woman over 30 that did not follow this trajectory of just becoming more and more damaged as she got older, more and more resentful of men as she got older, more and more requirements for men as she got older. Yeah, this is why you girls, you gotta get you gotta cash it in when you're young. You gotta cash it in by your mid-20s at the latest, to avoid entering this realm of just kind of like the female black pill almost, right? The female black pill where they just like, screw this, you want to save yourself from that. In any case, as always, guys, feel free to drop your comments below. Like I said, I will include the link for this article in the very first pinned comment at the top of my comments. I will include the link in that, so you could read this article for yourself if you'd like to. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about this woman being 32 and still single. Do you think she'll ever find love? Do you think she'll ever find her Prince Charming? As for most women over 30 who are still single, right? You have to ask yourself why. So if you've encountered these women, whether you work with them or you've dated them, and now they're the DG, let me know your story below. I love to hear it. I love reading your comments. So, regardless, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified not only whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube, but also whenever I live stream on YouTube. Okay? That's why you want to make sure you're notified, because whenever I live stream, I don't really announce it, I just go live. So if you're notified, you'll find out right away. You'll get on your cell phone like, M is going live, baby. I got to jump on. And then you'll get to ask questions. So make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And obviously, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, they don't like promoting this type of content. They just don't. So I need your help by subscribing to my channel. Helps me out a ton, and I would very much appreciate it. And for you guys who want to support all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s under the age of 30. 8s, 9s, and 10s, the hottest and most attractive looking women out there. Same type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching, closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week we make this happen regardless of what virus is going on, any racial division, any new president coming into the White House, right? We are making things happen, and we're continuing to grind and live our lives and pick up the hottest women out there. And this is the absolute best way to support my work. And right now, the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lesson from me. So take advantage of it. This is $1 for the entire first month. And all you need to do, real easy to get signed up, just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Peace. I'm out. Just like a rap video.